Welcome to Outside the Boss podcast, the place where you will learn how to become a self-employed and a visionary to your own passion. Don't set it up on working for somebody else while you know you can do much better. In this podcast, we're going to talk about marketing, sales, and entrepreneurship. So stick around to learn more. Welcome back, and we're here, the same two people that talked to you earlier. This time we have something really interesting to you because I'm about to hear with you the story of Shachaf, about how he became an entrepreneur, self-employed, how he managed to do it with joy and with the money. So yeah, go ahead, talk a bit about yourself.
Okay, guys, thank you for coming back. I hope that you liked the episode beforehand, and I hope that you like my story, and maybe see it as a inspiration. Maybe see it as something that you can use. So basically, all of my life, I used to work. When I was an employee, I used to work in positions that involved sales. I used to be a salesperson at a mall, shopping mall, selling to cold audience, selling to people who pass by, and front sales. And I used to do phone call sales in lots of industries, in the forex industries, in the education industry. So basically, most of my life I've done sales. Also, I've been a waiter when I was very young, which I didn't know about all of this world of sales and the benefits. But the big epiphany that I had that I have had a good friend who showed me showed me the internet and showed me some ways that actually he managed to make money online. And as a salesperson, as a one that have a lot of respect for an income and the ways to make an income, and also uh, I always had a dream of like freedom, and that I bet that you have in your mind as well. I jumped right into it. It started from a method that called drop shipping. If you don't know what it is, drop shipping, so it's basically taking a product from a brand or a known product and repost it in a marketplace like eBay, Amazon, whatever, and profiting the margin between what you're selling, what the product cost, and you're selling to another customer. It's very legal. There's a lot of huge amounts of stores doing this dropshipping method. And if you, for 1 second, think clearly, you understand that most of the stores is working with dropshipping, because if you buy it at Walmart or you buy it at Costco or whatever, they buy it from somewhere else. They buy it from China. They buy it from a supplier and they profiting with the margin. So it's very
What,
acceptable.
what made you choose the drop shipping method?
Because I didn't know different things, because my friend introduced me to this world
Mm.
and I saw that he made profit, so let's go. I'm doing it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, you, and then after doing the drop ship, and of course things don't go well and you can profit, but it was just a matter of time, and my friend told me, don't worry, just keep on doing it. And eventually I had this breakout that I managed to do like $1,000, and I was like, yo, wow. And as a 20 years old, as a 19 years old, it was amazing because I used to work for my money, and to see something like that you can actually profit without putting the work, without putting the time. Of course, I put in time to upload the things and do whatever, but when you hear that, the first noise that you hear, that your phone saying like cha-ching when you get a sale, I think it's better than having sex, of course. Sometimes, yeah.
It is, yeah. The
Uh,
first sale online is like, oh my God, I just made money out of thin air. Like, this is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. This is a great feeling. And so I had a good month, and then I started to do. I didn't had a business experience, so of course I made a mistakes, and I've done a crucial mistakes that actually damaged all of my account, and I had to pay like let's say like $3,000 for suppliers, because I didn't do the math. I didn't do the math. I didn't do the handle the supplement as necessary. So I got burned,
Mm.
and that's when I said I dropped it. I don't want to go back because I lost money, and it was like a failure for me. And we tried a bunch of stuff. My friend as well is an entrepreneur. He's always looking for different ways to generate money. And let's fast forward when I always wanted this freedom, and find a way that find a way that I can actually gain money and earn money without putting my time. And I knew it's gonna be around entrepreneurship, and I looked for the best entrepreneur that I can work with. So in that point of time, I got introduced with one good entrepreneur in Israel, which has massive experience, comparing to me, of course, which had a big company of sales and marketing, and he did his own thing, and he looked for people to work with without paying, just to get some skills, to get knowledge. And in the first place, I was concerned because I used to get salary. I used to get like nice salaries. I had a sales job that I was making like $5,000-6,000 a month, and had really nice terms. And
So you
but
basically sacrificed the convenience and the salary in order to learn more, to become a better
yeah,
entrepreneur and a better
yeah,
self-employed.
because of course I could jump the ladder in my workplace and be the manager, and in sales job there is no limit, of course, with your salary. And but something was missing. I wanted this. I wanted to be the business owner, the one who thinks, the one who build things, the one who in the process to fill the business.
Mm.
And also I think in the first place I wanted to get the skill, because I wanted to improve my sales skills to the different level. I think was the main thing why I went with him, because he has a big company about sales, and I was in sales, and I told to myself, like, wow, there's a big opportunity to learn from someone who made like 100 times what I know what to make, sorry. And let's say in 3 months I was thinking about it. We were chatting, and then I went for it, and we started. First year was amazing, not in a financial way, but in a education way. I learned a lot. I learned how to build funnels. I learned how to
Explain what is a funnel before you're
yeah.
going.
So I think we need to have a full episode about it, but
That's true.
funnel is a strategy when you can put yourself out there in the market and gain sales, gain authority, put yourself out there and give value to people. And this is how you can reach wide audience and
Hmm.
actually narrow it down to get people who interested in your service and actually willing to pay. And the process was really, really tough, but I had a passion. I learned. I spent hours watching YouTube, watching Udemy, watching whatever you want, and buying consulting, buying programs, sorry, and talking with people. And we launched a lot of campaigns in order to sell our product. The product in first place was how to pick up ladies. This was this product, and we got no sales. We were selling $197 product, a program which was high quality with a lot of footage and whatever you need to succeed. And we didn't manage to sell it. Whatever angle, with video, with post, with agency, with ourselves. So after like 3 or 4 months,
It was to the Israeli audience
no,
abroad.
this was to the worldwide audience.
Hmm.
But this was our first real shot. So we didn't know how to build the sales funnels correctly. So what we did, the crucial mistake we did, send cold traffic. Cold traffic is people who never heard about you to buy something that cost 197 or 297. So we didn't understand, and the sales page, the landing page was so good, was so bam, 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 with everything that you need in order to sell, but we got no sales.
People didn't trust you
Yeah,
enough.
it was frustrating. And then we started to learn some method. We ran into Russell Brunson and with the value ladder. And if
Russell
people,
Brunson, just for people to know, is a really successful entrepreneur. He built a software that enables people to build sales funnels, which is an automatic way to sell, like to get people from just first hearing about you to the place where they buy from you a lot of stuff and trusting you on the way. We should do another episode only about sales funnels, of course.
yeah, it's
But
one of the largest and fastest growing companies in the marketing industry. So uh, you should really check it out.
we'll put it
And
in the resource between
yeah,
below.
so we started to break it down to sell something cheaper, maybe a textbook. I think so. We've managed to put it out there, and we actually got sales, $27 in sales, and this is also was exciting for me because I used to sell products, and now I see that I can sell PDFs. Like I can sell info products that it doesn't necessary, it doesn't requires for me to actually ship the product and talk to the supplier and do it. You just sell it and you sell. This is also another time that I was excited. Sorry. And so after some time that passed, we tried, and we decided that the good thing to do is to go and teach sales, because the guy I worked with was a great salesperson. He had a great influence abilities and skills, and he was already doing it for like 15 or 16 years.
Mhm.
So he had a lot of knowledge to give to the world. And we started to do it in Israel, especially in Israel, to do sales consulting. And we built another funnel, sales funnel, to attract clients in Israel. And at the beginning was good. We managed to have leads. We don't, no one knows him, and we managed to get some leads, very decent leads. We managed to close deals. Of course, it took time. It took sales that we didn't close, and because we are always improving. But we had some high ticket clients, and I managed to see sales process that requires from the buyer to spend more than $10,000 or more than $15,000. That for me it was, I never handled this kind of deals. So
Amazing.
yeah, maybe I had some deals in this amount, but I didn't never profit $1,000 in one sales conversation. It was always like I was able to talk with someone to invest
Hmm.
10,000 stocks on something like that, but it was never 10,000 for like my company or my salary. Um,
In
and
this point, you wasn't volunteering anymore, right? You had like
yeah,
a part of
yeah.
the
So
company.
we managed to talk about the things, and I was a crucial things because I I had to take a lot of responsibility because I came as I came as a student, let's say, and quick I managed to be a partner, like that have a lot of responsibility
Hmm.
that
Amazing.
builds the pages, that build the copy, that do the research. And after 6 months, I think I was managing and doing all the on the marketing in our company. And this is was a really this was the thing that I looked for, because while working with him, I saw that I love the marketing things, to test out, to see angles, to write copy and create, of course, do creatives and see what doesn't work. I like it. I like it because it's a very, of course, as we talked last time, it's very numbers game and creativity game. So I'm a more a numbers game. kind of guy. But then I realized the other side of creative and the things that you can do in order to tweak the audience, in order to make them to be more interested in what you're doing, and each and everything that you improve, it directly improves the results in the financial side. Um, that's
Perfect.
it. So after we done a sales consulting, the last thing we did, we saw that the audience that have difficulty in do sales, they have a difficulty in generate clients to actually get client acquisition in order to get new clients always to the business. So and we saw that we're doing it well to our business. So we also offered marketing services. So we actually managed to we have a nice month of doing like 5 figures in Israel, and I'm sorry, 6 figures, no five. And it was amazing. The feeling was amazing. When, of course, it was the toughest time of my life of working. I worked my off. I was building funnels from 8 a.m. to night 10 o'clock, but I learned a lot. I learned this time. I learned a lot about how to manage clients, how to handle clients, how to handle deadlines. Of course, mistake operation, like how to react in situation with pressure. And was a very good experience for me.
You had this growth mindset all along. You just
Yeah,
came to work there in order to learn, and you kept going in this path. Like way after you started it to profit in the company, you was still like kind of humble. You still wanted to learn all the time, which goes
yeah,
back to what we said on the previous episode, that growth mentality is probably one of the most important mentalities you can adapt to your life as a
sure
self-employed.
thing.
You will always assume that you are not the smartest guy in the room, and that there is always something you can learn from the people around you. And even though if you are already making like millions, there is still somebody that you can learn a lot from, even
Yeah,
if he
someone who
earns.
makes billions.
Yep. And even people who doesn't earn as much as you, but they know something that can like be the missing puzzle part that you needed all along. So it's amazing that you always
Yeah,
stayed humble and in this growth mentality.
yeah, you got to, man, because when you stop learning and you say and go to yourself and say, I know everything, this is the worst place that you can ever be, uh, because really I think I don't need to explain further. It's a mentality that I cannot accept.
Yeah.
And
The world just keeps going forward. And if you won't educate yourself on a daily basis, you will stay behind, even if you was the smartest guy for a
mhm,
while.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just to finish my story,
Mm-hmm.
so after a while working together, we kind of separate our ways because each and everyone wanted to focus in something else. I wanted to focus more about marketing and consultancy in marketing and doing my own things because at the time I always used my skills um, to create more mm, income source like funds that works manually and works automatically and investments, and the other guys wanted to take it to a different direction. And so these days I'm running media buying agency, and also I have some sales funnels that working that are generating. And this is the thing that, of course, as we spoke right now, I'm always learning, always getting mentors, always getting people that I need to learn from, because if I'm doing 5 figures a month, someone doing their 6 figures a month, and I need to get there. And if we can take one thing from this story, so I definitely think that this is the thing that always find from someone to learn from, and it will, one, a, accelerate your time, and b, will solve your problems much quicker and
Mm-hmm.
much efficient, and three, I think it gives you motivation, because when you invest in something, and when you invest in something that costs more than something that you usually spend, you're more accountable. You want to put the results. You want to prove to yourself that this was an investment and not an expense.
Yeah.
The most beautiful thing that I've heard, and actually it's from someone in Israel, but I think I also heard it from someone else, is if you don't know how to, if you can't afford to spend or can't think about spend $20,000 on investments or on mentorship, on coaching, on I don't know what, you can't demand it from your client. If you can't think about it, you cannot demand it. So think
100%.
if you can, if you can, if you're thinking about investing $20,000, even if you don't have this money, but just the thought makes you freak out and make you no, never. You will never demand from your client $20,000. And I had a call with someone who I highly appreciate, and when he was presenting his programs, he was presenting the prices in the chillest way ever. It's like, this is $15,000, this is $10,000, and this is $6,000. What do you feel comfortable with? And just the tone, you can see that he said it like 1,000 times, and
And he is
eight,
investing in
yeah, and
himself.
10% of the people bought it, and he invests even double, because for him, in his mindset, these amounts are dollars. Like this, how you say, this small fraction of what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And really, this is the most important thing for me, that if you're listening right now, that you take to yourself growth mindset and believe in mentorship, believe in always learning from someone else, and believe in big numbers. If you cannot think about invest big numbers, you cannot demand big numbers. And this is the one thing that right now in my life I'm trying to accomplish: talk big numbers and be able to invest in myself these big numbers. So that's it. This is the thing that I want to talk about.
Yeah, dude, I understand, and I feel like what you're feeling when you don't invest in yourself, something in your mind stays narrow. And when you invest in mentorship, if you can actually buy rich friends by paying them to mentor you. Like, you can enroll to programs of people you will never reach out in other ways. And this is a huge opportunity because, like Shachaf said, it will expand your mind into a place where you can achieve much more, and you will have different perspectives than what you had before. This is really gold, guys. Always invest
Yeah,
in yourself. It's like a tattoo. It never goes away. You you
definitely.
you invest in a mentor, it's with you all the way.
You can say it another way, because as you know, there's 4 stages in self growth. There's the thing that there's the place that you don't know what you don't know, the place that you know what you don't know, and the place that you don't know what you know, and the place that you know what you know. I think it's correct. Okay, I think I lost it
Something
in the
like that,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, but right now, if you are in a narrow mindset that you don't need to learn, you don't know what you don't know, because you don't know that there is other knowledge that actually gets you where you want to be much shorter time. Um, so this is another thing that I hope that you take from here.
Yeah, it will probably cost you more not to take the mentorship, any mentorship, by the way, by someone who is like one step ahead of you, at least one step ahead of you. It will cost you more to try it yourself, not only financially, but also emotionally, because when you struggle to figure out stuff, it's really hard. That's where people are failing all the time as self-employed. It's a place where you are just trying to discover things, and you're trying million different things in order to get what you want, instead of just paying someone who will show you the way, like a clear path to go through, which works, like 100% works.
Yeah, I think it's golden right here, really.
It is. It is gold. Anything else you want to tell the
No,
audience about being
no,
self-employed?
stay motivated. Always find what you love to do. Figure out what it is. pay someone who does what you're doing, who know to get you faster there. If you like the trial and error and like to fail and like the feeling, so you can do it by yourself. And even I do suggest that if you are in a mindset that you're saying, no, I know everything, try it by yourself. Do it for 1 year. And after 1 year, you will feel the disappointment of, damn, I'm in the same place. Like what happened in this year? So you can try it. You can listen to someone who already done it. You can decide. This is your point. I'm suggesting just go with someone that does what you're doing profitably and correctly, and you looked up to him and pay him the money.
Yeah, that's gold. And guys, if you are in this place where you're trying to figure out what to do as business owners, it doesn't matter if you are an employee somewhere right now, or if you are already having a business and it doesn't like work out the way you want, and you're trying to figure out what you want to do, what is your path. We have a program on our website you can enroll to. We want, it won't be cheap for long, I promise you that, because it's a lot of gold right there for self-employed and entrepreneurs. I will put the link below. This program will help you figure out from A to Z what is your unique path to go through, what is the business idea you need to implement in your life, and how to get there, like how to make this business profitable, how to be basically high-paid self-employed. So if you want to check it out, just click the link below and you will figure out more about it. That's it for now, right?
Cheers, guy.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone you know needs to hear it. And until next time, we hope you get outside the box.